at the heart of it lies the fact we are all human beings.
Yeah.
We might look different, dress up different, we might speak with different accents. The core is the same.
Yeah.
We experience pleasure, pain, anger, hatred, all the same.
Yeah.
So if we all started treating each other from that kind of a platform, that this child who is a little lost is no different from another child who might be equally lost due to totally different circumstances.
Yeah.
And their behaviors might be the same in school.
Yeah, I think it's about like, yeah, exactly. Because the reaction and the way that they've taken things in, will have those same behaviors come out. And I think that's what the compassion and kindness is so important.
Absolutely. And just reinstating among ourselves, we are all human beings. We're
Yeah.
all the same.
We all need the same things.
At the core of our existence, we're all the same. There's no difference there.
Yeah.
Our beliefs and our prejudices, they are add-ons as we go through life.
Yeah.
When we were born, we were the same. When we die, we'll be the same. In between
absolutely.
is the difference.
Yeah. And I think I had this conversation as well with Salima and Mumtaz, and it was brilliant. Like we're just talking about, unconscious bias and, being kind and all those things. That's what we took away from the conversation. But like the jobs that you guys do is so I take my hats off to you. How do you as a team, how do you look after yourselves as well? Because it must be difficult. Like I said before, like hearing, stories, and obviously you're giving yourself away because you care, you deeply care about the people that call up. How do you look after your own well-being as well when you're doing such an important job?
I think the very fact that we are able to make a difference in a person's life is hugely rewarding.
Yeah.
Every single night we go to bed with the satisfaction, I've made some difference.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think we've got each other as well. We talk to each other. If there is a distress call, we discuss it amongst ourselves, and I think that helps.
You support each other. Yeah.
Just like we do active listening to our clients, we do have active listening amongst us and understanding between us to, have like a perspective of the issue rather than having one point of view and then see what everyone would think about the whole situation. And we do sort of talk about all the cases to support each other. If, you get a distressing call, as Dina said, we got each other's backs.
That's what you need, isn't it? You need that as well. Like you need that support. And I know East is really supportive like that as well, like for their staff also.
Yes, absolutely. And there have been situations where other team leads have reached out to us saying, we are there for you if you need anything. For example, when there have been situations where we are extremely thinly staffed, the entire East family, as we call it, that's why we call it the East family, they all come together to surround us with their support and love. And the confidence that I can ring up any colleague to say, you know what, I've had a very distressing call and I'm feeling low. Having that faith among colleagues is huge. One part of the helpline is that we don't get to see people. So we don't know what physical location they're in, how exactly are they handling themselves. So if somebody's crying incessantly on the phone, we do have that kind of a vicarious trauma as well. So there have been calls I have had to put down the phone and immediately ring for the ambulance because the client had gone quiet.
Oh, okay.
Suddenly, she was a very tearful client. I could hear a baby in the background, but the client was quiet. And I was so stressed thinking about, has she had a heart attack? Has she had a seizure? What is it? Thankfully, the rest of East came together. There are other colleagues who knew that particular family. They could trace the client's other family members, they could speak to the ambulance, and then they could re-establish contact with the client to say, no, he or she is safe. So having that kind of a support, I think that was one of the worst calls I've handled at the helpline. And that's where I really felt helpless. I wish I was there physically by that person to exactly know what's happening.
It's very difficult, isn't it, to deal with? I had a few calls when I was in another job that were very difficult, and your heart goes out, doesn't it? And you just think, oh my gosh, and it's such a sense of responsibility that it can be like quite heavy, but that's why I absolutely think you guys are amazing for doing the job that you do. And like you said, it is rewarding, but also you have to look after yourself as well, and I guess know when you need a break and know when you need to talk to a colleague or you need that extra support that you can go to. And I think there's a lot of people in East that have a lot of experience as well, so that's great that we can all support each other. I think that unity is really good. It's a theme that I have on my show every week, is I talk about unity in the community. This is the theme that's coming out from everybody that I speak to, and how we can move forward in these times together and have that unity in the community is a big theme on my show. Yeah, Dante, we're going to say something.
Just to add about some of the services that we provide to the local community is some cultural integration for the youth. So newcomers to Wales, we do host youth clubs, such as youth events can be sports, trips. So we do get some calls of parents asking if there are any activities for their children. So it is really nice. I've actually been to one of those events. It's really nice to see the local ethnic minority children be integrated with the local community. It's a great opportunity for them to make new friends, meet new people, and
have different experiences as well, like the trips, or stuff that maybe they might not have access to, and also other things like the mentorship and like just having role models, things like that for young people, isn't it? That's so important, isn't it?
100%.
So it's just like it's not just the drop-in. It's in Swansea, it's Newport, it's Cardiff and Wrexham. But I keep thinking that there's like more things, more expansion going on as well in newer areas. Like I see on the chat sometimes, that we're doing stuff here, we're doing stuff there. It's brilliant how it's growing, isn't it, guys?
Absolutely. And these are some of the nice calls as well, isn't it, Dante? When we hear a parent saying, we don't just get distressing calls or people who are tearful or in trouble, but we also get things like, hello, we just saw your flyer and I wonder if you can help. My child is here and would like to do homework clubs. Will you be able to support my child? And these are really nice, and they end on a very positive note because they then feel they're not alone. And that's so important, because people there's so much that goes on, but so much that people don't know that goes on. It's just joining those dots from it is here and you are here and you might benefit from this, but you don't know that this is here right next to you.
I think that's part of the problem as well. Like a third sector is always, because it moves so fast because of the nature of the funding as well. Like new projects are coming and going all the time. And sometimes it's difficult to find that information, isn't it? That's why your helpline is so good, because it's like one place that people can call, and like you say, get over the language barrier, and then have that extra support from East who have, I love the staff. Like I love the way it's just so international, and like there's people there from like all different backgrounds. I just love that. I love going and just understanding different cultures, and I think it enriches us all. Like, and I think that's part of one of the one of the things that I personally, I just love that in life. I love finding out things about different cultures. But like you say, we're all human beings. But it's like those cultural differences as well that are interesting and educational to find out about, and that knowledge and those things that you can learn from each other. I just enjoy that so much. I enjoy that as, you know, East family. I'm sure you guys do.
Yeah, East is a celebration of diversity, isn't it? We use the word diversity, but it's so ingrained in East. We are such a wonderfully rich, diverse organization.
Yeah.
I sit next to any colleague during a staff development day, and we just start chatting for hours and hours and find out how similar so many areas of our lives are. And we come from totally different geographic backgrounds.
Yeah.
And there's always that wow. There's always that wow element.
Exactly.
And that's what makes East so beautiful as a workplace. But that's also, these are the people we see around us in our communities.
Yeah.
Maybe we are sitting next to them on a bus. Maybe we are queuing behind them at the supermarket till. They probably are the same. We don't know.
Yeah.
And we then, without thinking about it, we raise those barriers and make a judgment and arrive at a conclusion in our head about them. But once we get talking, we find we are similar in more ways than we are different. That's something one of our journalist friends would always say, and I've just pitched it off from him because I loved the quote. We are similar in many more ways than we are different from each other.
Exactly. I totally agree.
ইস্ট বহুভাষিক হেল্পলাইন ওয়েলস, ফোন করলে এই নম্বরে ফোন করুন 0808010720। আমাদের লাইন খোলা থাকে সোমবার থেকে শুক্রবার সকাল 10টা থেকে সন্ধ্যা 6টা। ইস্ট মাল্টিলিঙ্গুয়াল হেল্পলাইন ওয়েলস 0808-801-0720. Our lines are open Monday to Friday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m.
زيادة حجزن وي حبريتان بنزا أب 0808-801-0720 دولكم كتوكسنا تخوليهم.
Is there anything else, guys, that before we go and we wrap up, that you want to add that we haven't covered about your work or the helpline? Just feel free to come in if you think that I need to add something more. What else should we add, Dawn?
I think we were talking briefly about self-care.
Yeah.
And I think that is something that we will always need to remember and remind each other, especially in the third sector, because we do get a lot of what they call vicarious trauma.
Yeah.
These days, there's training to address the vicarious trauma. We have our empathy, which makes us who we are at workplace. But it's the same empathy that might make us wonder, oh, what happened to that child? What happened to that father? What happened to that mum who was crying? You know, to carry that within ourselves, it is not always helpful. So self-care is so important. The self-care could be just going for a jog or going for a walk in the woods, or just having that half an hour enjoying the sunshine and having a nice cup of tea. It could be, say, doing crochet for some of us. It could be writing poetry for some of us. It could be listening to music, but something that nourishes us, nourishes our soul, and is an affirmation of life, is an affirmation of the positive energy in life.
I totally agree. Like for me, nature's always a great one to get out and soothe you, and also as a musician, like being creative and having an outlet. And I think sometimes as well, I think since COVID, it's easy to isolate yourself and not have those chats, like just with a friend that maybe we used to like more easily. I don't know if you found that. It might just be me. But you know, to forget that actually that old saying, a problem shared is a problem halved. You know, when you start talking to people and you have these conversations that you realize, oh, actually that person understood what I was going through, or I feel better after I've shared that thing that was on my mind,
Absolutely. I think COVID in a way has made us stronger, but it has also made us a little bit strange from who we were before COVID.
I agree, actually. I think we're only starting to realize and look back. Yeah, Dina, what did you want to add?
Just to say that before COVID, we didn't think about calling a friend or meeting a friend, or and just after COVID now, I think we're a bit more reluctant. I think we're sort of out of the habit of just getting up and go, a bit more reluctant in doing normal things.
Yeah, but hopefully if we start to realize that, and we can start to kind of address it, because I feel like it's something that maybe we're only just starting to look back, because like you said, like the backlog from all the services has only just started to clear, and then we're in this new place now, where we've been through that experience, and I do feel like things take time to process, but I think obviously if we start to talk about it, then we can recognize it and move forward. I just want to say thank you to all of you, to Dante, to Dawn, and to Dina, for joining me and talking all about your work. Was there anything else before we leave?
I just want to say thank you.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Thank you, guys. And anybody listening can get in touch with the helpline. I'll give those numbers out when I'm on the show. So thank you so much. Stay in touch. We love to have anyone from East on the show and talk all about the incredible work you do. So I commend you all.
Thank you so much, Jess. Thank you.
Yeah, if there was anything to add, that would be that, we are quite a new helpline, so to say, only 3 years. But we make sure that we focus on the quality more than the quantity.
Yeah.
Yes, quantity is important. Numbers are important. How many calls, how many clients. But we want to make sure every single client is supported to the best of our abilities.
Yeah.
I think that's the base from which we all operate. Every single client. We don't want to know if they don't disclose where they're from, which country, how long, unless it's needed for the purpose of the support. We have had people who are British who've called us. We don't say that, oh, we are for the ethnic minorities, we won't support you. We don't say that.
No.
Anybody who calls the helpline, whatever the issue is, that client is at the heart of it. So we support, and that's the mantra for the helpline.
Yeah.
Do the best for them.
Yeah, and also that's probably the uniqueness of it as well. And you've got you got the whole of East behind you, so
yes.
Yeah.
Just to add to what Deb said, we're constantly trying to attend outreach events. We always try to get in touch with other organizations, build up our relationship with them, because that will directly influence the quality of our referencing system, how efficient it will be to refer those clients. So we constantly try to get in touch with them and build up a good relationship with all the organizations. So always on the lookout.
Yeah, that's good to know. Yeah.
And now that the restrictions have gone, we can actually physically visit those offices if needed.
Yeah.
We can be at the events physically. So
remember, you can actually go out.
Yes. Yes, which is brilliant,
Meet people and see real humans.
Yeah.
Oh, brilliant, guys. Well, I'm so happy that it's going from strength to strength, and it just sounds like it's another string to East's bow,
Well, we are all hopeful that this service will be and should be there.
I think it's, it's definitely needed, and I feel like I've watched it grow strength to strength as well. So I'm sure it will be. Fingers crossed.